Okay, so it's Monday morning, and every Monday we have this opportunity to listen to some of the top leaders in our company, just share information about, how they've achieved success or how they've failed, just all sorts of nuggets to pass along to all the coaches. And, I've been on and off about like actually being on the calls, whether it be live or catching the recording. But the last 3 weeks I've been able to get on live, and it's been huge. It's just a great way to start my week. But today, for whatever reason, today's call just had this chance where I just really felt like there was just this light bulb. And for me, Beachbody coaching, I started, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And I did it because I needed the accountability. I was working on my own health and fitness, and had, done a bunch of stuff and made changes and was seeing success, but I found out about myself that I do much better if I'm not just accountable to myself, but to the public or to others or to, success partners. And so for me, becoming a coach was a step in adding accountability for myself, for my goals. We also had tried, Shakeology and all those things, and really liked them. And so I kind of started, for the discount and for the accountability and all that. And so for the last, year and a half, I've gone in and out of like really trying to build a business or build a team or focus on my own personal health and fitness. 2 months after I joined Beachbody, I got pregnant with our third. And so I've been a coach while trying to get pregnant desperately, and my body fighting it. I've been a coach while pregnant. I've been a coach postpartum now, and working again on getting back to my strong health and fitness, both physically and mentally. So I've been all over the place as far as my physical journey and everything. And I've understood the value of coaching for that side of things. And I've never doubted that. But honestly, I've gone back and forth. There's been times when I've just kind of said to myself, like, why do I coach? Why do I take the time to run accountability groups, to, try to help others, achieve this success, to feel good about themselves, all those things? Because, I do it because I love that and I'm passionate about helping people find that. But, in all honesty, I kept finding myself saying, okay, so if my goal is to help people, live a healthy, happy life, and feel that support and feel that success, honestly, I could do all of those things and wouldn't need to be a Beachbody coach. Wouldn't need to, have that side of things there. So why have I stayed a coach? Why have I continued every time that I've doubted it? Why have I not just, pushed the button and said, never mind, I'm done coaching. I don't want that responsibility. I'll continue leading these groups. I'll continue, working on myself and probably sharing about it and all that. But, I don't need that added layer of, honestly, of stress and of, really this being a business. And the truth is, for our family, do we need me to have this business? Do I need to pursue that? Do I need to put in the energy and the effort that it takes? Because it's going to take a lot. No, we made a decision a while back, 5 years ago when we had Colby, our first, and decided that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom because, the way that our family works and the fact that we move around and are constantly kind of in this who knows where we'll be next state of life, it made sense. I hadn't found a career that I was super passionate about. We didn't necessarily love the idea of sending Colby to, daycare, basically just so that I could make a paycheck to pay for that daycare. And so that's where we went with our family. But the honest truth about our reality and my husband's career and our family's reality is that we do have to think about the fact that we could be told tomorrow that we're moving and going to a new job, and a moving truck could be here in 2 weeks. A year ago, almost exactly to this day, well, a year ago today, actually, we had a truck unloading all of our belongings in California. And we had only heard about this possibility of moving 2.5 weeks before. And we found out on January 7th that we were moving. And the 9th, Jimmy and I were on a plane down to California, me 28, 29, whatever it was, weeks pregnant, to find ourselves a home, to find our family somewhere to live. And 2 weeks after we found out that there was even just this possibility, and it wasn't a possibility at that point, it was a done deal, that we were moving, a moving truck pulled up to our house and packed up our Washington home and got it ready to go down to California. And that's our reality. And this is a reality that we choose. And honestly, the adventure is fun, and yes, it's stressful. And the fact that, at any point that call could come and we could be heading out, and it's tough to not be around family and close friends, or to, make new friends and then have to very quickly say goodbye. Like, all of those things are tough, but it's a reality that we choose. But when this last move came along, Jimmy and I sat down and kind of talked about, what it meant for our family. And we've seen friends that work for the same company who have struggled with moves. And I mean, I don't fault them one bit. It's not easy. And I know that it's easier when our children are small, when our children are young, and we've only got one kid who's even, in public school at this point. It's easier for us to just say, well, we go where the job is. As they continue to get older and get more ingrained into their schools and, building friendships and everything, it's going to be tougher. And so we've really started having these conversations, both when we're presented with a move or with an opportunity, or know that there's one on the horizon, and also just kind of on a regular basis where we just check in with each other and we talk about, what does this mean for our family? And is this what we want for our family? Is this what we need? Where is our line? Where do we draw our line as far as, how often do we move, or where do we move to, or, what time of year, anything like that. And, I don't know what the future brings. I can't see that far ahead, and we don't even pretend to, but we talk about it every single time, and we talk about it in between because, we keep just getting back to the fact that we know that this is something we're just going to have that conversation every single time. And the conversation is going to look different, and it's going to feel different. And every opportunity will be a chance for us to say, is this the path that we want to walk for our family, or is it time to make a change? And we know that. And, I can't guarantee that this is going to be the right, company or career or anything like that for Jimmy forever. I don't see a problem with it at this point. We have been really happy, but life changes and things come up. So where does that get me with Beachbody? Honestly, we've talked about it and we've said, would there be a point where we would need to say, like, you need to find a different career that would keep us more stably, in one location, or, whatever it might be, what might be, something that would cause us to say, we need to reassess the situation. And we talk about it, and, honestly, our priority is to keep our family together. And so, that's where our focus is. But, we're not blind to the fact that there might be a point where we need to make a decision. And up until this point, I think I lacked direction in why I would even want to pursue the business side of things, because I was kind of trying to fit into what other people might be telling me, should be a why. So I've seen coaches, retire their husbands and bring them home so that they're home full time. And maybe they're helping with the business, or maybe they're, following another passion of theirs. And so I thought about that, and I thought about what that would mean for our family to have Jimmy home, 24/7, have him home with us. And that would be amazing. But my husband loves what he does. And And so that's never fit perfectly for me. And so it can't be a driving factor if that's not necessarily the perfect fit. And so here I was trying to fit into all of these, other people's goals and dreams. Maybe it's to be a stay-at-home mom. Maybe it's to, feel like you have purpose and like you're contributing to your family. Financial freedom. Sure, we have debt. We've had, 3 kids in the span of 5 years. We've got debt. And yes, I'm passionate about paying those off. But again, those weren't getting me and really giving me the drive that I would need to be able to put in the hard work. And for some reason this morning, I just had this light bulb. And what it was is that I don't want to retire my husband. I mean, sure, I would love to spend every day with him, and I would love to have him retire early so that we're not, into our 60s when we're spending all this time together, so we can do it when, our children are around and can experience it as well. I'd love for him to take more time off work and all that kind of stuff. But that's not like a huge stress on me. For me, what I just realized is that, we have this conversation every single time that we are presented with a move, or we're thinking about what the next year looks like, or the next 6 months or anything. And we talk about where would we draw the line? And that's all fine and good, but do we have the ability, if we decide we need to be done, we need to come up with a different solution, do we have the ability financially, emotionally, everything, to do that? And the scary answer right now is no. And the fact that, we could make it happen, sure, but finances and, just where we are and our stability, that would be a huge factor in that decision. And what I realized today is that I have the power, if I want to put in the hard work, to build a consistent business, and whatever that might look like, I have the power to be able to take that piece out of the equation, out of that decision, so that we can just make the decision based off of what our family needs, how we can best stay within our goal of just keeping our family together and living as happy as we can. And if I put in the work to build a bit of a business, build a team, find other people who are passionate about helping people change their lives, I can provide for my family that sense of security, that sense of, we can make this decision based off of how we feel, what we need, not based off of what we don't have. And without the fear of, what happens if we say, this is the line that we're drawing and we need to make a change. So, that for me is huge. And it was just this light bulb moment, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to make that happen. I don't have all the answers. I rarely have really any of them. I'm always busy. I've always got kids asking for snacks. I've got all that. Those are my reality, but I have the power to be able to find some answers and dig in and see what I can do with this. So just wanted to get that out on video so that I can remember today and just keep coming back to this.